All right, let's get into this story, ladies and gentlemen, from Timcast.com. Breaking: Twitter has interfered in elections, Elon Musk confirms. Twitter 2.0 will be far more effective, transparent, and even-handed. New Twitter owner Elon Musk confirmed in a tweet response the outlet has interfered in elections. Now, let's slow down there a minute. Just a moment ago in the intro to the show, we said, is this Hunter Biden laptop stuff? Because we know that happened, and we all think that was election interference. But Elon Musk may be talking about something deeper, and I think that's probably true. Even if it is just Hunter Biden laptop, scuttlebutt, I think when you have the CEO, the owner of Twitter, coming out and saying, this is how we interpret what was done here with the app he now controls, that still says something in and of itself. But just a moment ago, Alex, you were mentioning that you think this is something more.
Yeah, I think this is mentioning back to when he teased the release of the Twitter files. And yes, a lot of people did think that was referencing the Hunter Biden laptop, but I'm hearing from behind the scenes. So I have here from Ali Alexander says that internally it's been described of years of confessions within the company's Slack channel, and employees are knowingly subverting the rules in terms of service, and that the sheer volume hasn't completely been compiled yet. So that's, he initially wanted to release this all when he found it out.
Elon?
Yes. But
so let's slow down. You're saying behind the scenes, there's confessions, people who worked at Twitter admitting to intentionally interfering.
Yes, and I think so. My theory would be for suspending accounts, you'd probably have to give a justification for it. So I'm not sure if they attach the Slack chats to, you say, their panel on there, but I would say that they would be A, giving a reason, or B, they just never thought this would happen. They never thought that the company would be taken over, so they viewed that as a safe space for them to have these conversations.
What's Ali Alexander's connection to what's going on Twitter?
He just has a bunch of tech connections, similar to mine as well. I've conversed with people that are close to Elon as well, and we've been in kind of the same circles that way. Yeah.
Level of confidence on this information being correct?
Pretty high.
Pretty high, you think?
99%.
I as a matter of opinion, based on what I know about Twitter and what we've seen over the past few years, I'd believe it outright. But we'll see. I'd love to see the documents come out.
I think we're going to find out why. I think it was what was it? Venjaya that was crying.
Vijaya got it.
Yeah, I think we're going to find out why they were crying in just a little bit, because we have to understand this interference didn't just happen in 2020. This has been going on for a very long time. In 2008, right before the midterm elections, a lot of people got their accounts taken down, like Laura Loomer. So we know that foreign governments also spied on people's private DMs. We also know that a lot of private information was hacked. So this is what's public. Now, what's happening behind the scenes? What else are they doing? How else are they finagling the algorithm? What else are they doing when it comes to bots, when it comes to manipulating people's opinions, when it comes to people going to the voting box? Man, I think we're going to find out a lot of crazy stuff very soon.
Yeah, I spent about 5 years moderating as an administrator at Minds, and basically with this kind of power and control. And unless you've done this job, you don't really, I doubt you would understand the level of power you have as just a cheap employee. You can push a button and turn someone's account off, and they have no recourse. And you know that. And you can do, if your emotions are telling you maybe that violates the rules in this way, maybe you can turn it off, and then, or you can upscale it to your supervisor, and if they agree with you, you can turn it off.
Or limit the ideas and see which ideas and promote certain ideas and demote 100%. Other ideas.
And there's no recourse. You'd never get punished for it. It's the most empowering, intoxicatingly powerful. I don't think humans should have that level of authority at this stage. I think we need a crowd-sourced, judiciary system in social media.
Yeah, because that power is absolute. When you can control what people think, what goes into people's minds, that is godlike power and authority that obviously people are going to be abusing for their own personal benefit. Because how can you not, when you have so many things at stake here, and when you have free speech standing in the way, destroying so many powerful PR campaigns that they've been trying to sell the American public on and the public of the world. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, that I think there's going to be some significant changes because of this, and I think it's going to shock a lot of people personally. What about you guys?
There's definitely going to be changes. It was so hard to be an administrator for a social network because you're constantly fighting with your own morals and trying to do what the terms say. Maybe that's not an answer to your question of what's going to happen next. I think what's going to happen next is he's going to expose everything. The government's going to freak out. They're going to try and shut down Twitter. Twitter's going to turn into an algorithm instead of a instead of a website. They're going to decentralize. It'll become something that plugs into other websites to facilitate intercommunication across platforms.
I don't know. Like, when has something like this happened before, where it's a billionaire taking over a company in this way and then threatening to expose stuff like this?
So I think what he's doing is smart, though, because if you notice in the past 2 weeks, all of these things. So he reinstates Donald Trump. He says he wants to give mass amnesty, like, to all of these accounts. And then also he's saying he's going to release the Hunter Biden files. And in the same week, he's picking a fight with Apple. 2 days later, he's meeting with the head of Apple.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, well, they had no plans to do that. So that's him just showing his strong arm, basically saying, don't mess with me, because, like, number one, all of this is coming out. And number two, like, it's going to look really bad if you pull us off the App Store. Like, do you know how bad that would look if Twitter got pulled off the App Store?
Apple stock would drop.
Yeah.
I don't know about, double digits or anything like that, but they get hurt by it.
Mm-hmm.
I know
especially.
And then Elon would make his new phone, which would challenge Apple directly and their monopoly.
I talked about this a couple days ago, the potential for low Earth orbit satellite communications. The possibility with Starlink is that phones may actually be able to send texts and make calls over Starlink. Not a lot of data, probably very rudimentary. But what we're already seeing with the new iPhone is that it's got two-way satellite tracking of some sort, or SOS. I think it has like SOS or something.
Yep.
So I remember 10 years ago, I had a friend who was going to do coverage in Syria, and we bought a two-way satellite texting device. It could transmit, I think, up to like 120 characters because the data was so limited and it took a long time to do. And you'd carry it around and you could use the app to send out a very simple message. And you could use it to text to tweet. So it was like, wow. Now the iPhone, the new one, comes with this like internally. Imagine what would happen if you've got Elon Musk rolling out a new phone that has rudimentary communications, texting. Now, why would he want Twitter? Well, with limited data transference, you'd still be able to tweet. You'd be able to communicate globally over low Earth orbit satellite with just a phone because you can transmit a few characters. Mm-hmm. That makes me feel like maybe an X phone or something isn't working. But think about what happens then. There was this great thread that this dude put up on Twitter where he said, "How do you think the intelligence agencies react to severing everyone from their grid?" Mm-hmm. They've got big facilities that wiretap the internet cables that go through the undersea cables. Elon puts them all on his satellite network, and now they got to come to him, and he controls the single access point to spying.
Well, that's dangerous. We shouldn't have it. No individual should control the access point to communication.
Yeah.
But the intelligence agencies do. Every undersea cable. You think they're not tapping that data?
I think they are.
They absolutely are.
Or they're trying to.
And maybe we're all sitting here like, oh, Elon's so great restoring free speech. And what he's really doing is making an excuse to centralize communications so that there's a single point for everyone in the world to have all their data collected and tracked.
He's also said that he wants to revolutionize the DM feature to make it more like Signal. So it seems like he's already trying to replace text messaging there. And then he also says that he wants to make Twitter into the X app or the Everything app, basically similar to what they have in China with WeChat. Like everything that they have in their life is centralized in that one app.
We'd considered streaming on Twitter. I think do they have the technology right now to handle it?
Yeah, they've had it for a while.
So like if we were to get pulled down on this network, YouTube, that we would. It's like striking up Twitter's now the HBO of television.
Currently, it's really weird. So like they had Periscope, but then they kind of kicked that. Same they did with Vine, but they kept the like infrastructure, I guess. So you can go live on it, but the features are very limited on it. It's just a tweet with a live video. You can't really do much with it. But then they released that thing today where they said that they're going to have capabilities of like 2-hour uploads or something, like as a hard upload.
40 gigabytes.
40 gigabytes,
yeah.
2 hours.
That's massive.
2 hours for
that's crazy.
only for Twitter Blue subscribers though.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yep. Smart.
Yep.
Wow.
Not for everyone.
So my question is, I tweeted, my pitch is on audio, video tab, rev share, and premium subscriber content abilities, which already exists with the super follow or the content subscribers. So am I going to spend $8 a month to get access to this, to upload my videos that Elon then has to pay me for? Because that seems a little redundant, you know?
It's an interesting model, and Minds has that too. You sign up for Minds Pro, and then once you do, you're able to move your Minds tokens off chain onto your wallet. So you can actually, if you want to make money off Minds, you got to pay to be able to make money off Minds, and that helps the program. Are you saying you need Twitter Blue to upload and create 2-hour videos, or to watch, or both?
To upload.
I think so.
Okay, but anyone can watch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone can watch.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would
that's
make
good.
sense.
Well, I'm open to trying new networks. You know, we don't have to sit on one network forever.
This is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I think people need, Luke, you brought this up. He wants to make it like WeChat. Is that what it is?
I mean, we were talking about this for a very long time because he made similar announcements and speeches saying everyone depends on almost every aspect of their life in China based on this one particular app that they have to go through for everything. Their jobs, their applications, their resumes, their food orders, their entertainment, all of that is controlled in one app that the Chinese government is watching and controlling and, of course, dictating what people can and cannot say. So
That's a bad thing.
Right.
well, it's centralization,
Okay,
essentially.
you're right.
Well, and think about that. If this really does go in the direction of an X phone, and then we're all getting these phones like, wow, they use Starlink so I can call in text and use Twitter and, you know, can't watch movies or anything, then that is a singular network taking all data. If we get to that point where we're no longer using undersea cables, there's definite benefits to it, but then they're going to spy on everyone everywhere all the time. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.